More is coming out from this Travis Scott Astroworld Festival chaos, including what's going on with the lawsuits, more victims. One is brain dead, one is in a medically induced coma. And did Travis Scott go to an after party after this chaos? Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So as you know, we've been following the story since this weekend about the chaos that happened at Astroworld Festival, where Travis Scott performed while people were being crushed, and there were 8 fatalities, at least 8 fatalities. Now we're hearing 2 more victims are one's in a medically induced coma, 9 years old, and the other has been declared brain dead. Let's get into that first. So according to TMZ, 22-year-old Bharti Shahani has been hospitalized since Friday's concert, clinging to life on a ventilator. But it appears Shahani will become the 9th fatality in the tragedy. They're saying that the Texas A&M senior, her sister and her cousin were at the concert but got separated during the surge. Namarata, her sister, was okay, but Bharti was in dire shape. She was rushed to a nearby hospital by ambulance and received CPR on the ride there. She reportedly suffered multiple heart attacks during and after the crush. The family is meeting with doctors to determine next steps. It's unclear if Shahani is still on a ventilator. So as I said to you before, 8 people have been confirmed dead, and many others are still in the hospital suffering serious and life-threatening injuries, according to TMZ. They also reported that 9-year-old Ezra Blount is currently in a medically induced coma after becoming a victim of the stampede. And I know a lot of you were saying, why is a 9-year-old there? The father should be responsible. Look, that is a whole separate other conversation. But you know that we also reported that at least 2 times Travis Scott has been accused and charged for inciting a riot at his shows. I also did a report yesterday where his former manager says he's not surprised that this has happened, that this was inevitable. And at one point, Travis Scott left him for dead after he had a seizure. So now more and more information is coming out, and TMZ is posting all of everyone's receipts. So many of you have been tagging me. So many of you have been posting and sharing on social media some receipts of Travis's behavior at past concerts. I saw a video where one of the fans may have tried to take his sneaker, and then he encouraged everyone to get this person. This is exactly why we need to have Emily D. Baker here on the platform to talk about the legality of situations like that. We will get into more of that now in regards to what Live Nation is doing on their website. So you may also recall we reported that there are multiple lawsuits that have already been filed against Travis Scott and Live Nation, company behind Astroworld Festival. But now, according to TMZ, they're saying that scores of lawsuits are sure to be filed in the coming weeks over Astroworld Fest tragedy. But would-be plaintiffs could hit a legal snag over something on the Live Nation website. We're talking about a liability here, and whether Live Nation, the promoter of Travis Scott's event, is on the hook for it or not, as plaintiffs rush to court to file claims against them and others. They've also included Drake in some of these lawsuits. As you know, Drake was one of the performers that night. So they're saying, on its face, Live Nation may have an out on that front, or at least a partial one, due to a standard form they made everyone agree to before purchasing tickets from the Live Nation site. It's the limitation of liability waiver most folks don't read, but always have to accept. So according to TMZ, they say that they did some research, and it turns out an ironclad liability waiver in Texas would almost certainly provide coverage for basic negligence, something we know for a fact concertgoers are alleging against Live Nation in the suits against them. The online waiver reads in part, you voluntarily assume all risks and danger incidental to the event for which the ticket is issued, whether occurring before, during, or after the event, and you waive any claims for personal injury or death against us. We need to start reading these little agreements that we keep signing off on. According to TMZ, they say what it doesn't provide is protection against gross negligence, okay, among other claims, which may well be brought forth in court as well. So, according to TMZ in their research, they're saying that Live Nation isn't completely off the hook here. They're saying in Texas, in order for a liability waiver to be enforced to protect against negligence, there are a few things that must be met first. The company has to feature clear language that your average Joe would understand, directly addressing negligence in their waiver. And from our check, Live Nation's Texas waiver does not seem to do this at all. Plus, the waiver itself is buried on their site, which is another benchmark waivers have to clear. It has to be prominently displayed. In fact, there are clearly people who bought tickets without ever going to the website. So what they're saying is that Live Nation's liability waiver does not seem airtight. It is not a foregone conclusion Live Nation can wiggle out of liability in these mounting lawsuits. So as you know, a lot of people have been coming hard on Travis Scott and what he knew and when he knew it. As you know, both Kylie has released a statement, and even recently, Kim Kardashian has released a statement. I told you he's in the family. That's why I keep mixing up the Travis Scott and the Travis Barker. She has even released a statement. And honestly, this feels as if they are trying to use the powers that be, Kris Jenner, puppeteer, to influence people's opinion of Travis and his connection with the show. There are rumors that they don't want to even feature him on their new Hulu show because of everything that's going on. So the timing of Kim K's relationship with Pete Davidson and all the things that come out recently about them, trying to keep everyone talking about them, and now this, Instagram post. But now we're hearing that Travis Scott went to an after party that was hosted by Drake at Dave & Buster's while people were hurt, dying at the Astro World Festival. According to this report, they're saying that at that time, he still had no idea. He still had no idea what was happening there. So this is what TMZ is reporting. They say Travis says he didn't know a calamity was unfolding when he was on stage Friday at Astroworld, and we found out when he left, he went straight to Dave & Buster's for an after party. Sources connected to Travis tell TMZ the rapper was never told at the festival people had died in the crowd and hundreds more were injured. Sources say Travis didn't know the severity of the situation when he arrived at the party. As far as timing, this remains consistent with the fact that no one, including the police, had publicly confirmed the gravity of the events that had taken place. All of this can be debated. As you know, we posted a video of a young woman trying to get a camera operator's attention. She even climbed up on the platform to get his attention because she's saying there are people hurt, people dying below you. Radio someone, stop filming, do something. So personnel knew there were a lot of things happening here. We have even heard people call in on my platform, on Adam's platform, recounting past stories from past shows where this could have happened before. There could have been injuries. There could have been deaths at other Travis Scott shows. There is now a petition for Travis Scott not to perform at Coachella as well, another festival that's coming up that he's supposed to be headlining. I don't see this ending good when it comes to Travis Scott's at least immediate career or touring. Guys, as always, let's continue the conversation in the comment section. I want to know your thoughts on some of these new information that's coming out. I'm just sending prayers to those that are still in the hospital, those that are still dealing with the mental trauma from being in that situation. According to another report that we did, Travis is partnering with BetterHelp. So if you didn't know that and you were there on Friday, know that you should be entitled to some assistance from BetterHelp for free. And it's supposed to be paid by Travis Scott. Guys, as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.